Hello, Virgo. How are you? Well, these are crazy days. It's like the Twilight Zone out there, isn't it? Anyway, this is a really cool new deck. It's different than a lot of tarot decks. It still has a major and a minor arcana, but a lot of the major arcana cards are different. They're named different, and they have slightly different meanings. Anyway, I've been shuffling for a while, and this is a bonus reading that's going to be from like now extra influence till about your birthday, okay? So let's get right into it. And aha, this is you, the beautiful woman of earth. You see the woman of diamonds here with her green cloak, her flower in her hand, her strength. You can see the strength and fortitude in her face. So that would be you, representing you right now. And, oh, the King of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands right in front of you. This would be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So some of you are going to have something to do with this King of Wands coming up here, okay? We're going to get some clarity on these in a minute here. Four of Wands. Okay. That's Four of Wands. Now, you know, traditionally a Four of Wands is a homecoming. It's a victory. It's not total victory, but it's stability. It's like you won a battle, okay? So something that you're wrestling with, something that's you're struggling with or having to work for is going to happen for you. So that's good news. And then, aha, this is called the Garden. And the major arcana cards in this deck are dual-sided, you see. You look at them one way, and this is happiness. She's there in the garden. Look at how beautiful the artwork is in these cards. Very Art Deco, very Erte. And you see the bird is just approaching her. And then the other side is just the garden with the beautiful birds and the flowers. Oops, let's get that to focus. There we go. So this means happiness. So you're going to have a good outcome. 10, completion. So you have a lot of good omens here, I think, coming up. I think for some people, you know, it's going to be worse for them. For you, I think, because you're able to be prudent, you're adaptable, everything's going to be good. But let's get some clarity on some of these. Okay, so right now with the Queen, we have the World. So we have some options. You have some options. Some of you will stay on your path, and some of you will take this opportunity to kind of do something new. This is the Two of Wands in a traditional deck. And, you know, the Two of Wands is kind of like, you know, having the world. It's like when you graduate from school, you know. It's like you're looking at your options. You're holding the world in your hand. You're like looking at it like, okay, what are my possibilities? There's so much possibility out there, okay? So a lot of you are seeing possibility. Now, with this King of Wands is the Knight of Swords. This can be fast communication. The Knight of Swords, he's very beautiful in here. You know, he thinks a lot. He's very spontaneous. He can be exciting. He can also be a little bit cold and calculating. But this can be either a young person, so there's a young person and an old person coming in here, or this can be that you're getting a message from this King of Wands. So I would see this as two different things here. There's two ways to, it's going to be one way for some of you and one way for another. So for some of you, there's two options, the older man and the younger man. For others, it's you're going to receive a message or an offer from the older man, okay? Now, with that Four of Wands was the Seven of your sign, Seven of Air, okay? Now the Seven of Air with that Four of Wands means in this it means delay. So what that says is there's a little bit of a postponement in the victory. So you're waiting for something, you're working at something. Something happens and you are victorious and it works out in your favor, but it takes a little bit of time. There's a little bit of time, effort, and energy that you're putting into this. And so, you know, don't expect immediate results. You're a Virgo, you're of the earth, and you understand that sometimes you just have to put one foot in front of the other, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So that's how I would interpret this card. And with your outcome with the garden and the this is, I named it rethinking possibilities. It's like the Seven of Cups. So it can mean that, you know, something that you thought of, something that you went for, you maybe, you know, you wanted it to be something different. Maybe your expectation was one thing. You know, you're gonna be happy, but again, I think that goes with that delay, because the 7 is an interim card. The 7 is like a Sabbath card, right? It's kind of like a day of rest. So there is some delay in this. I want to get a little more clarity. Okay, Ace of Swords. Okay, good. So that's the Ace of Swords, and it's clear thinking. It's a new way of thinking. It's being very, what do I want to say? Very resolute. You know, you somehow start over. There's a completion of one way of doing something, or one way of thinking, or one clear path, and all of a sudden you end that, you stop that, and you start something new, and you move on, and the new, and what you do with the new path, that new change in either, you know, whether it be in love or work, it's that new path that's the ace. The new one is the super highway. So it's like you're good right now. There's the you know, the guy thing going on here. I feel like this is kind of a love reading for you, and you know, and you wind up being very happy. But I think there's a change in all of it. It's like you start on the one thing, and then it's like all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, no, I didn't see that right. And then you look at it differently, or you take a new direction, and then that's when your victory comes in, okay? But your outcome card here is, this is called the Dance, and it's good news, well-being, okay? And again, these cards are dual. You look at them two different ways. So you see that one way, and he's like dancing with the umbrella, and he's twirling. And the other way, it's like all these parasols. It's really beautiful. It's a very Art Deco deck. And the sun just went behind a cloud, and now you can barely see it. There we go. See that? Well-being, good news. So there you have it. So you have a great outcome here. It sounds like everything is going to wind up good. Just remember that sometimes, you know, you start something, and it's okay to change the way you think. It's okay to have a shift in your thinking, and you know, take off in a new direction. Don't be too set in stone. Yes, be diligent, work on whatever your goal is, but if that isn't seeming to work out, you know, you don't want to be beating dead horses. There's a point where you change and you do a shift, and you go, okay, wait a minute, you know, this one isn't working. You know, people who have polo ponies, they go to a game and they've got 7. They ride one, if that one, then they switch, you see? And so you're not going to do that much switching, but you will do, there's one thing that there is going to be a switch and a change for you, and that's going to happen right before your birthday, okay? So this summer, something that you're working on, whether it's a person, another job thing, there's going to be a switch and an alteration in it. Everything's going to wind up being really good. You've got good news, you have good fortune, you've got completion. You have both 19 and 10, okay? So you're talking about really great numerological vibrations, great outcomes, and it's destiny. So destiny is saying you're going to be good, everything is going to be great, okay? So I love you, Virgos. You guys know, if you watch my channel, that Virgos are my kryptonite, and I have 3 planets in Virgo as well. And I'm sending you love and light. Please like and please subscribe. And I will, of course, be doing a reading for June next month. And if you have extra money, please donate to my channel. I really need to get a better camera, okay? All right. Thank you, guys.